Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to unpack a pretty common question in the wellness space. Are these Ankhway Mushroom Gummies legit? Or is it mostly, marketing hype? Because the claims they make are, well, pretty big. We're talking boosting focus, mood, energy, sleep, digestion, and immunity, all from one gummy.
Yeah, that's a lot. It definitely raises eyebrows.
Right. It feels like it's trying to be everything to everyone.
Exactly. So our mission today, using the source material we've got, is to first figure out if the brand itself seems trustworthy, how they operate.
Oh, wow.
And then we'll dig into the messier part, the customer reviews, to see if those big claims actually hold up for real people.
Makes sense. Where do we start with trust?
Well, let's look at the basics. First off, they're listed on places like Amazon. Now, that's not like a guarantee of amazing quality on its own.
No, definitely not.
But it does mean they have to meet certain rules, certain safety standards, and it gives you, the buyer, a bit of protection, a baseline.
And what about transparency? Like, do we know what's actually in these things?
Yeah, they're pretty open about that, actually. The source material shows they list the mushroom extracts, lion's mane, reishi, turkey tail, the usual suspects.
The adaptogens, right?
Right. But they're also upfront about the stuff that makes it a gummy. Glucose syrup, sugar, pectin, citric acid. They aren't pretending it's not fundamentally a candy delivery system.
Okay, so they're not hiding the sugary part.
No. And another key thing for transparency, operationally speaking, is customer support. They give you an email and a physical company address.
Well, that's interesting.
It really is. In this market, a physical address. That's a pretty solid sign. They aren't just some fly-by-night operation trying to, disappear if there's a problem. They seem reachable.
Okay, so on paper, things look fairly legit. Clear ingredients, contact info. But reviews can be tricky, right? Companies can sometimes encourage good reviews.
That's exactly where it gets complicated. This brings us to the mixed review data. The brand, naturally, highlights their Trustpilot score.
And that looks good.
It does. It's a 4.3-star average over, 2,300 reviews. That sounds pretty positive overall. But then you look at Amazon, where maybe more people are actually buying and reviewing after using the product for a while, and there the rating drops. It's down to 3.6 stars.
Ooh, okay. That's quite a difference. Why would that be?
Well, you have to think about when people are asked to review. Trustpilot reviews are often solicited right after purchase, maybe even incentivized sometimes. So you might capture that initial excitement.
Ah, okay. Before they've even seen if it works long term.
Exactly. Amazon reviews often come later, maybe after someone's finished the whole bottle and thinks, that wasn't the miracle I hoped for. It captures a different, perhaps more seasoned perspective.
Gotcha. So what are people actually saying in these reviews, both good and bad?
Well, the positive comments, they pop up on both platforms. People consistently say they taste good.
That's always a plus for a gummy.
Right. And some report feeling, subtly calmer, maybe a bit more energy, better focus, or slight improvements in sleep. Nothing earth-shattering usually, but noticeable improvements for some.
Subtle benefits.
Yeah.
And the downsides.
Yeah, we have to be clear about the other side. A lot of users just said they didn't notice much at all, flat out. And there are specific warnings in the source material, too. People saying, look, this is not a miracle cure, especially if you're dealing with something specific like ADHD. It's not a replacement for proper treatment.
Right. So putting it all together, legit company, clear ingredients, decent Trustpilot score, but then mixed Amazon results and variable effects. What's the final verdict? Legit or overhyped?
I think the takeaway is it seems like a legitimate product operationally, but the effectiveness is really, really variable. It's kind of a coin flip.
It depends on the person.
Totally depends on the person. You have to go in with realistic expectations. Think about it. These adaptogens are trying to modulate things like energy and sleep. That's complex.
Hitting both ends of the spectrum.
Exactly. How your body reacts depends entirely on your own baseline chemistry, your lifestyle. Maybe it nudges you towards balance if you're slightly off, but it's probably not going to, overhaul major issues.
Okay, manage expectations.
Definitely. Which leads us to a final thought, something for you to chew on, so to speak.
Okay.
Given these really mixed results, if you're someone who already eats well, exercises, manages stress, is a supplement like this actually giving you an extra boost? Or is it maybe just an expensive bit of insurance for a system that's already working pretty well? How much are lifestyle factors playing a role here that aren't captured in the reviews?
That's a really good question. Something to think about.
Yeah.
All right, and on that thought, that wraps up our deep dive into the source material on Ankhway Mushroom Gummies. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.